the goal of getting back to the best shape that I can be in.
And so his goal is to get into the best shape he can be in. He just did it. 45 days ago, he just did it. And then he undid it. And then he's going to do it again.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Coach Greg, in today's video, buff dudes got fat. I said it. And the problem is, he did it on purpose. I ate whatever I wanted for 45 days. Here's what happened. He got fat. When am I going to get it through these people's thick, gargantuan skulls that it's calories in, calories out? And if you eat whatever you want, and that's in a surplus, you're going to get freaking fat. How do you think all the fat people in the world got fat from eating whatever they want? And so what makes this worse is Brandon dieted for months. Bro didn't actually need to lose weight. He wasn't actually fat, but he wanted to enter a bodybuilding competition. Of course, you need to get shredded, perhaps sub 5% body fat. He looked amazing. He got peeled. He was 193 pounds. The show's over, and you know what happened? He went on a bulk. Of course, he went on a bulk. What I tell people is you go back up to a weight that's healthy for you, perhaps 10 to 15% body fat, and you say it with me, main gain. And what does that mean? You keep your body fat percentage about the same, and you slowly put on muscle. And so when he was in his off-season weight, tall at 225 pounds, he didn't like the way he looked all that much. I mean, it wasn't bad. He was aight. But as he began to diet down, he felt he was at his peak at 210. All right. So he starts a diet. Let's say it's 225. He diets down to 193, but now 93, it's too low. He doesn't have energy. Your sex drive starts to go down. Your testosterone levels go down. Everything goes down. It sucks. And so around 210, that was, let's call it his sweet spot. The place where he looked the best, felt the best. Everything was hunky-dory. And so after the bodybuilding show, should he have main gain at 193? No. Oh, that Coach Gray doesn't know what he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. You don't. You go from 193 and you start eating in a surplus till you get to 210. Now that you're at 210, the sweet spot, now you main gain. And so no longer can you eat whatever you want, 5,000 calories a day. You stop. But no, let's keep going. Let's bulk and cut. Why? And so for 45 days, it was fun. Having tried both, I can report that gaining weight is a lot more fun than losing weight. Obviously, for 45 days, he's eating all the sweets, candies, pastries, whatever he wants. It's fun. But it took him 3 or 4 months to lose that weight. And so people think, oh, you just go on a bulk and you do a mini cut. He mini cutted for frigging 3 or 4 months only to gain it all back and then some in 45 days. And you know what he's doing now? He's going back on a cut. Bulk, cut. Bulk, cut. Versus main gain. Main gaining is the best of both worlds. I don't see how you don't understand it. You all the time get to feel at your sweet spot. You look great, you feel great, everything's perfect. Instead, I want to eat whatever I want. Yeah, and so for 45 days, it's fun. Now, probably for only 15 of those days was he actually above 210 pounds. First 30 days, probably getting back to normal. Bro, you don't even look bad. Not debating if he looks bad or not. He doesn't like how he looks. He's used to perfection. Why doesn't he just main gain? He's going to bulk and he's going to cut when he could just main gain. It's so much simpler. This really shows the importance of a reverse diet after a prep. Absolutely, there is no reason to put on 27 pounds of fat in 45 days. If you do the math and it's not water, it's a 2,000 calorie daily surplus. Do you really need to eat 2,000 calories above your daily surplus? Now, obviously, some of it is water, and so perhaps it's only 1,500 calories above what he needed. Does anyone actually think you need 1,500 calories above your maintenance after a cut? This is ridiculous. I mean, I've heard some people say, hey, 500 calories? I could understand that. But 1,500, all it's doing is making you fat. Then you don't like your reflection in the mirror and you go back on a cut. Stop it.
Yeah. So this is pretty much what happens when you eat whatever you want for about 45 days after a bodybuilding contest.
These are the buff dudes. They've been doing YouTube videos for 10 years. They've amassed over 1 billion views. 2.7 million followers. Did they not already know better? I mean, how many times do we have to repeat the same research over and over? Hey, I'm going to eat whatever I want and see what happens.
So what am I gonna do? Well, I'm definitely not gonna sit around and whine about it, that's for sure. I'm gonna do what any true buff dude would do. I'm gonna get back into shape.
I'm getting back into shape. I'm going to use my knowledge. I'm going to get back into shape. And then they go on a tear. They diet down, they get shredded, and then they just don't give a shit and eat whatever they want. Back and forth, back and forth. Why can't people have balance? I actually think it's easier to bulk and cut than to main gain because people are all or nothing. They're either eating perfect chicken, broccoli, and rice 3 times a day, going to bed at the same time, not partying, not doing anything, or they're just doing all that they want. There's no happy medium. It's like they're in a relationship or they're not. Relationship, faithful, hey, girlfriend, everything. They're single, having sexy time with 5 girls every single night. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can actually have some balance.
Taking the knowledge that I know now, applying it, learning from it, and getting better from it.
And so for the next 90 days, no booze, no alcohol. Why have alcohol ever? And if it's really important, like you need to have this carcinogen, this poison that could give you cancer, if you need it, just always have it in balance. Oh, for 45 days, I'm going to get drunk as much as I want. And then for 90 days, no booze whatsoever. And so for 45 days, cardio. And for the next 90 days, minimum 10,000 steps. Do you think that for 45 days, I say, oh, I'm not riding the bike. It's time to just party. It's time to sniff creatine and visit my friend Molly. You do that for 45 days, then, oh, for the next 90, I'm locked in. I'm bike riding every single day. Then I'm not. Then I am. Then I'm not. Why not have balance?
So first we're gonna start with the weigh-in. I was 193 pounds the day of the contest, and I am weighing in at 220 now.
Horrible. In 45 days, he let himself go that much. Now, I'm not saying he looks bad. I mean, honestly, his physique in the after is still better than 95% of the population. But he went from a champion bodybuilder to this in 45 days.
The good news is getting into shape, the things that you need to do is relatively simple. It's the consistency that's the hard part. And I'm gonna get back into shape, baby.
I mean, you're the example. You have millions of followers. And so if you can't even do it, how do you expect your followers to do it? I'm certain you have more discipline, more motivation, more knowledge than 99.9% of your followers. And so what makes you think that they're just gonna get your app and suddenly they're locked in, they're gonna make themselves the most amazing transformation of their lives? Why didn't you teach them to just not do what you just did? To eat like an asshole for 45 freaking days, stop doing the things that got you in shape in the first place, in order to do what? An experiment to see if you get fat by eating whatever you want? Of course you would.
And I would love if you followed along. We just released our new Super Shred program in our app, which I'm gonna be using alongside Brandon and my wife, Aga.
I mean, myself and Hussein Farhad and Eric Janicki, we all developed an app together. It's almost complete. And we have everything. We even have body fat detections. We have calorie tracker. We have training. We have everything. And look at the 3 of us. Do we not lead by example, showing you the things that you should do? We're not up 27 pounds. Now, I'm not saying you should all be single-digit body fat, but you can continue to exercise and continue to eat good.
I'm gonna be showing you all of my workouts. I'm gonna be showing you all of my meals with the goal of getting back to the best shape that I can be in.
And so his goal is to get into the best shape he can be in. He just did it. 45 days ago, he just did it. And then he undid it. And then he's going to do it again.
Step, stop, step, stop, step, stop.
Oh, but that's how it works. This is how you put on muscle. You bulk and cut. No, it's not. It's way worse to do this than to have balance. It's not healthy. You eat whatever you want, you drink alcohol and so on, and then you diet down for 90 days. 45 days, you go all in and do whatever you want, eat like an asshole and so on, and then you lock in for 90 days. This is not the way.
He's trying to get up to 220. I'm trying to get back down to like 200 because I'm at 220 and I don't look like a good 220.
And so he's at 220. He's trying to get back down to 200. He competed at 193. I don't think that's realistic. He was at sub 5% body fat, 193 pounds. He's going to be single digit body fat weighing 200. I feel like the sweet spot somewhere around 210. But hey, why would he listen to Coach Greg? I'd rather just bulk and get fat and cut and get shredded. Never should I just be somewhere in the middle.
And you may be thinking to yourself, well, what would happen if I ate whatever I wanted for 45 days? You're looking at it.
Yeah, it's kind of comical because he's not even fat. He's got a six-pack still. I mean, I don't know exactly what his body fat percentage is. Let's call it 20%. He's certainly not fat, and he certainly looks better than majority of the population. And so he's saying, hey, this is what happens when you eat whatever you want for 45 days. Yeah, that's what would happen if I ate whatever I wanted for 45 days. That's how I would look. If you did it, you're going to be a fat piece of shit. This is a superior physique. He just finished a bodybuilding competition. If you're already at 15 or 20% body fat and you eat like this, you're going to end up looking like somebody without a proper tan. As evidence right here. Now, if he had on a proper tan, bro could compete with Mike Israel.
I've stayed working out. I didn't stop working out after my contest. This is really just diet.
And so he's admitting it right here. He kept working out. He just slipped on the diet. This is what you get when you just try to out-exercise a diet. It doesn't work. He ate whatever he wanted. He continued to train, and this was the result. He gained 27 pounds. He wanted to only gain 7, and so he's 20 pounds of fat above and beyond what is needed. That's 70,000 calories.
I started drinking beers again. I started kind of snacking whenever I wanted to. I've been in a surplus for basically 45 days straight after, being extremely strict.
Beers, snacking when he wants, and he's 220. Now, that's in 45 days. Imagine 450 days. Be 320? Maybe.
Sometimes you just need to make little adjustments. For me, it's my diet. That's what I plan on doing. Of course, again, consistency, the most important.
It's partially in the diet, but you know what else it could be in? Cardio. I do cardio. And I was so pissed off yesterday. Some guy was trying to say, oh, if you burn 500 calories running on day 1, your body gets used to it. And then 3 months later, you might only burn 150. This is bullshit. When you run, you get better at it, you become more efficient, and then you burn more calories because you can run further and faster because your body's more efficient. And so when I used to burn 500 calories riding the bike 5-6 years ago, in that same hour, I can now burn 1,000. I've doubled it. Do you know how easy it is for me to stay in shape, to lose weight? I burn 1,000 calories in an hour. I did a bike race yesterday. It was almost an hour and a half. It's a shit ton of calories. And you know what helps me? GO2 max. It increases my stamina, my cardio, and I recover faster than last time. And so I can race again, and so on. And because I do cardio essentially 6 to 7 days a week, my body's used to it. It's adapted to being fit, lean, and healthy. And that is what I wish all of you could understand. And so I hate it when everyone keeps saying weightlifting is more important than cardio. It's not. I lift weights 2 times a week. Now, I don't want to brag, but this is 2 times a week of lifting weights. This is the result of 2 times a week. Now, yeah, I'm on HRT. It's 140 milligrams of HRT. My testosterone level is around 700 nanograms per deciliter. It's not even high levels of test. I take Turk Builder Max 2 times a week, but I'm riding bikes 6 to 7 times a week. And so what do? I go to the gym and I train my entire body twice in a week. It's not a lot. It takes an hour and 15, perhaps an hour and a half. Every other day, and including the days I lift weights, I do cardio. And some of the days is zone 2. It's pretty easy cardio, heart rate 120s. And other days I'm racing bike, heart rate 150s, 60s, and 70s. That's the answer. Add to that the freaking cookbook. Cookbook 3.1, the newest edition, with the most pictures, the easiest explanations, the best recipes. You get the cookbook, you make those mega servings of food that have half the calories of what you're used to eating, and you can eat so much more food for less calories, and obviously calories in, calories out. And so if you get the cookbook, you do some cardio. And if you need to, you add in some supplements. You will not believe the difference it can make. I'm telling you, you can lose half the weight without even trying. If you're 50 pounds overweight, you can lose half, 25 pounds. If you're 100 pounds overweight, you lose 50, half. Something realistic. You don't crash diet like these guys and, oh, I'm shredded now, single-digit body fat, and then you overeat like an asshole for 45 days, and you have to then repeat it. I want you to lose the weight and keep it off. That's the goal.
You become the best version of yourself you ever have, and man, that sure as hell is my goal again. I've been there once, and now I want to climb that hill and be there again, because it is a damn good feeling.
Notice, that's my goal again. I want that feeling again. He just had it. He let it slip away. He's knowledgeable, educated, motivated. And so if he couldn't do it, what makes you think you can? If he couldn't lose the weight and keep it off, how are you going to do it? With his app? Come on. You need to lose half the weight and maintain. You don't cut till you're shredded and then all of a sudden your ghrelin's through the roof, you're starving, you have no energy, your testosterone's down, you can't sleep, you have brain fog, and then you had enough. Now I need the beers, I need the snacks, and you go all in. It's not the way.
That's another one of my big goals through the duration of this next 90 days, to try my best to hit at least 10,000 steps. I think that's a great goal that anyone can aspire to.
We know it's better than taking 10,000 steps, doing something known as progressive overload. It means to train harder than last time. You all know that's how it works in the gym. Why do you do it in your cardio? Walking every day when you're a frigging specimen like this guy, super fit, walking would be equivalent to going into the gym every day and warming up. You bench press your best, perhaps it's 225. You could do it for 12 to 15 repetitions. You go in and you do a plate 135 and you do it for 10 every day. It's good that you did that. It's better than most. Most people don't take 10,000 steps. Most people don't bench press 135 for 10 reps, but you can do better. And so how are you going to improve your cardio if you're doing the minimum, zone 1 cardio? If it was his grandma, I'm proud of you, Grandma. Grandma Josephine, she's literally 98 years of age. Zone 1 cardio, hey, that's enough. Maybe it's even zone 2, if they're walking uphill. Hey, I'm proud of you. Go for those 10,000 steps. But if you're a teenager, 20s and 30s, and you're not morbidly obese, pick up the pace. Walk uphill, jog, bike ride, hike in various terrain, skate, rollerblade, chase down some girls to say hi. Chase them, run. You're going to burn more calories. Your heart has to pump harder and it has to increase stroke volume. And suddenly you're in better shape. You're more fit. You now burn more calories. It's amazing. What's going on? I can now eat way more food and maintain my lean physique. You know what? I added in the beers and I had the snack and I'm still shredded. How is this possible? Well, could it be that you burn off 1,386 calories during a bike ride yesterday? Do you think that might allow you to eat 1,386 extra calories? It's funny. I'm eating more and losing weight. I think I just broke the laws of thermodynamics, or I didn't. Calories in, calories out. And so if you increase the out portion of the equation, you can eat more and lose weight. That is the answer.
I've learned throughout life one of the things that has kept me going and what has brought me success in all facets of life is a positive attitude.
And so rather than needing a positive mindset to think, I perk up for 45 days, but I can get it back, just not perk up in the first place and maintain. I don't even need a positive mindset. Why would I need a positive mindset? I just keep doing what I do. I enjoy it. I love it. Now, maybe that means I'm always in a positive mindset. I don't know. Label it what you want. But I'm not going to just eat whatever the hell that I want for 45 days and get fat in order to then cut later on in the future for 90 days to regain my condition.
No matter where you are in the fitness journey, it's never too late to start, and the perfect time to start is today.
Interested in coaching by me and my team, click the link in the description. You have FaceTime with Coach Greg. You have unlimited texting. You have training, diet, everything, including your blood work being read with recommendations. Everything that you're looking for dramatically reduced prices. If you see how incredibly expensive it was, you can now get cheaper prices. Click the link in the description and apply right now. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. If you're interested in that or any of the supplements like GLP Max, which is back in stock, lose weight, makes it 20% easier because you have a reduced appetite, less hunger cravings, easier to stick to your diet. And until next time, I am out.